And they can go watch Bros in theaters now, which by the way, I think everyone should see it in theaters
Theaters
because
now.
it's the only way to see it. You got to see it with other people who are laughing. That's the only way to see this
The
movie.
only way, like, cause then you get it, like everybody's laughing at what you're laughing at. You get those emotions. Like the very first time I watched it in Toronto at TIFF, and it was like in a theater of 2,000 people, and it
Wow.
was so. I was critical of myself, but I was absorbing all that, but I was still looking at that girl. You got this COVID weight on you, girl, like that, you know. But
Yeah.
but now when TMZ asked me this yesterday, I was just like, well, it's his baby. And, he's a little bit heated about that. And, he's not going, but I want him as being his friend and also his co-star. I
Mm.
want him to understand that this is his baby and it's not straight people's fault that they haven't went out and watched it. And, yeah, it's some homophobia wrapped into people like, oh, I ain't going to see no fucking gay movie.
Yeah.
All that shit. But the people that are going out and seeing it are bringing their friends, they're bringing their family, it's going to take a moment to grow. Like,
I
you
agree.
got to understand anything gay, trans, black, anything that has that's in a space where it's a marginalized, you have to understand that it takes a moment for that seed to grow.
I'm watching Kanye's Instagram this morning. I'm sure you saw him in his White Lives Matter shirt with Candace Owens. And I'm a former fan of Kanye. I'm sure we all are, but I'm just wondering what is going on? How do you feel about that? It's hard to watch, I imagine, but I'll let you answer.
Well, personally, I think Kanye is like really going through a lot of. Kanye is rich, but Kanye also has a lot of emotional distress going on in his life,
Yeah.
and people who are going through emotional distress, hurt people tend to hurt people.
Mm.
And he knows how that could be perceived by his fans, especially his Black friends, because when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not saying that white lives don't matter.
Of
What we're
course.
saying is that Black lives matter, and like privilege is something that people need to understand. Like white privilege is definitely a thing. And you have to know that when you say like white lives matter, we've never said that white lives didn't matter. We just
Mm.
saying that Black voices matter in a world that's smothered, or in a world of where it's in a white world that Black lives matter. And Kanye, you know better than this. And I think that sometimes he does these things for statement pieces or clickbait,
Yeah.
you know. And
100%.
yeah, I just think it's that sometimes, because it just he pops out the blue with some things at times, and I'm just like, well, why did
What's
you were
happening?
so beloved, by all of us, and just what? But I've always stated that when his mom transitioned into a heavenly place,
Mm.
his mom kept him really balanced. Kanye's a genius. He's smart. But his mom kept him so balanced. And I think that her not being in his life like this, it caused him to be
You broke him.
broken. Yeah, he's broken.
Yeah, I agree. I know what
And
you're
that's
saying.
hurt.
It's hard to like make excuses for his behavior because so much of it is so hurtful. And I feel, and I'm seeing, like, as I'm sure you are, the repercussions of this t-shirt, and also even holding hands with Candace Owens, who herself has a lot of issues, but it's painful. And so it's hard to, I agree with everything you're saying. Like, there's no question about it. It's just, it sucks when someone you've loved or like admired and supported and seen them live and all this stuff takes such a hard turn in that direction, and you're going, well, can I not listen to his old music anymore? Like, it's like that question, can you still support him now? It's really tough.
Well, here's the thing. Kanye is in a lot of things. Kanye is in almost everything. So you're not gonna. It's kind of like R. Kelly.
That's right.
It's
Yeah, you're right.
almost in everything. So it's like how are you gonna miss him? Like how are you gonna
Mm.
miss him? It's just I pray for Kanye because he has such influence and stuff like that, and he's such an influential person. I pray for his broken heart.
Mm. That's beautiful.
I do.
You have such a great heart.
I
You
do. I
know,
pray for his
honestly,
broken heart. I pray for
beautiful.
his broken heart. I pray for his brokenness because, I
Mm.
know how close I am with my mom, and I know that if like my mom is she's a rock in my career, in my life, and I just if I suddenly lose her, suddenly, and I don't know how I would react. So
Mm.
I can't, and people say, Madison, you can't keep blaming this on his mom and putting this on like he's mentally. I was like, I believe that he has some, challenges, but I do believe that his mom was a part of that, keeping that foundation solid.